All right, girl. So check it out. I have no makeup on. I haven't brushed my hair or washed it.
Oh, nice.
We had a party last night. We had our first real party since, COVID.
Since COVID.
Yeah.
What was it for?
My husband runs a team. He's a general counsel at a big gaming company called Scopely. And it's just like one of these rocket ship growth companies, and it's amazing. And the culture's like remarkable, and it's filled with just the most fun, interesting people. Oh. And they work really, really hard. It's very work hard, play hard. But he has never met in person, like almost anybody on his team.
My gosh, that's crazy. It's very common, I think, for people that have had new jobs, which a lot of people have in the past year and a half,
Yeah.
Wow.
So like he wanted to have them over, and they were talking about maybe we can do some sort of a summer party. They couldn't find a date because everyone's, the travel plans, or like, everyone's trying to do as many things as they can.
Yeah.
So they're like, how about next week? Okay, that works. Like people fly out, whatever. And suddenly we're now having a party.
You hosted. How many people did you have over?
Oh, it's like 20, maybe 20.
Okay. Nice.
And it was so fun because I got to run them all through the Enneagram personality. And so I got to facilitate, I got to write on the, I got my flip chart, and it feels like so good to teach again in person. It's my favorite thing in the world.
Yeah.
So we typed everyone. We had amazing Mexican food and drinks. And so I'm showing up. This is like so perfect for this episode.
Yes.
Because one of my favorite videos I've seen of yours on TikTok, and I know you have very quickly growing your following on that platform, and your following is humongous on Instagram. What are some numbers there? Like,
I mean, not humongous, but like, 16, 17,000 on probably both. Yeah.
And then TikTok, you only got started pretty recently.
Yeah. Like 2 months ago. It's incredible. The platform, like if you're just consistent, you'll grow. Yeah.
So I watched your one on kind of how to, basically it was like, if you have an event the morning after, and how to get your skin looking like glowing and hydrated again.
Yes. It was like the hangover skincare routine where I did about 10 things, but it did completely transform my face, and it got like 200,000 views or something.
It was useful. And it was also mind blowing. I'm like, wow, like this is, first off, like you could tell it made a difference. And you start off, you're beautiful anyway. You can't really I would never have known there was anything that you thought was wrong with your skin at the beginning of the video. But at the end, it was definitely a difference. And there were many, many steps in the process. And I remember how neat and tidy your we'll have to link to it in the show notes, but how neat and tidy your mask application was after you kind of cleaned up the edges. And you did the one on the eyes and then the one for the rest of the face, and like somehow tightened the whole thing up. So I thought, first off, I'm kind of running behind because I'm scatterbrained after drinking last night. I usually don't get that ready for stuff in general. Not a huge preparation person. But when I was in my 20s, it was a lot easier to bounce back. And so I thought, I'm all about working with what is actually happening, and how is this for me? How is like whatever's happening is for me. It's for us. There's a gift in this somewhere. And so I decided, instead of trying to get ready with these last 45 minutes or so, I'm going to do a little mini version of your skincare routine that you taught me in the TikTok video, which I did.
Well, we're done.
And I'm going to show up looking exactly as I do. And we're going to get started with you tutoring me in how to get myself a little bit looking more like I'm supposed to be on a video podcast, which we are right now. And we're just going to, because I miss slumber parties, and I want to gal pal with you before we get into the deeper stuff, which we are going to get to.
Yeah, it's so funny because, I know that we're going to talk too about, our age and how women see themselves probably like in their 30s compared to their 40s.
Yeah.
And if I'm honest, my entire last hour has been dedicated to getting ready. Like that was the most important thing, was like, I have to be camera ready. And you're almost teaching me like, but that's not the most important thing that you bring to this, you know, this Zoom right now. And you're being yourself. And maybe that's something that you also learn with age / like you just literally don't have time to care as much anymore. But that is really interesting that was my priority. And now I'm thinking about like, why did I care so much? I don't know, but I'm willing to teach you all my tricks.
Well, I think, you know, there's a number of reasons why I'm guessing you care. Some of this is just, I remember I come from a line of females that always wears makeup. And that's not true of every single female in that extended part of the family, my mom's side, but it's definitely true. Like, you know, my mom is really into being girly and always gave me total, like I was allowed to wear makeup. I was allowed to like wear like I would wear 7 dresses on top of each other because I liked having that many ruffles when I was going to preschool. And I think if you met me now, you'd be really surprised how intensely girly I was. I had, maybe not. And I would wear like blue eyeshadow and like 50 barrettes all at the same time every day to preschool.
Oh my God, I love it. Diva.
There was no like shaming of, oh, you shouldn't do that. And I've heard a lot of parents really like, oh, my daughter is not allowed to wear any color in her like lip balm until she's 16.
Why is that?
I don't know.
Because then it's like there's one date in their life where it's like they just lift the things and then.
Or like if you want to look, you know, if you want your lip color to be pinker, then it means that you are hypersexualized and there's an evilness about that. And you need to, I think there's something about that energy that feels really anti-female to me. It's like, you don't trust me. I can walk around the world looking however I want to. And that's suddenly like, there's an evil energy to that.
Right.
I don't like that treatment of our sexuality personally. I really, really don't like that. I'm all about, well, as you know, I'm all about freedom.
Right. And it's, I mean, I think it's against like letting children be their authentic selves, whether that's whatever gender they feel comfortable. Like I've always said, like, I don't have children, but when I do, if they want to wear Superman costumes, like they're not going to be able to do that forever. So like, if they want to wear that every day for a year, like let them, you know, my little brother wore a Power Ranger suit truly every day for a year. Like all of the photos in like 1993 had just Ricky as a whole power, in his whole costume and it made him happy, you know? So
I love it.
Everyone has different reasons, I guess. So my mom also very girly. She was a model, taught me a lot about hair and makeup. Sometimes I think almost to a detriment that beauty was such an important part of our family. Because it was a form of currency, which maybe we will get into later. And so I think there's just a fine line, and I don't know the right answer of teaching your child like how to express themselves and talk about beauty in a healthy way. So
yeah. So the way that I personally think about that is it's not, and we talk about this a lot on this show, is it's not about the content, right? So like there's no right or wrong answer to the question. Of how we want to think about beauty, the beauty industry, how we want to self-present, and just there, you know, there's some self-expression there. There's definitely also, there can potentially be self-repression or suppression. Like I'm not, and this is why it's a bravery move for me whenever I like really don't wear makeup. So this is partly why I wanted to dare myself to do this with you in particular, because I was thinking to myself last week, I'm going to show up like as beautiful as possible because I'm going to be like right next to Brittany Allyn.
Oh, stop.
And I'm so glad it worked out this way, but it's not about the content. It's not about the content of the rules that we do or how we feel about it or what actions we have. It's the context that we do them from. So are we doing them from a place of trust Or are we doing them from a place of threat? Like that there's a threat out there that I don't trust. I'm really sure I'm right about the threat. And then, because when we do it that way, we bring in all of that villain energy, and someone needs to be the victim. And then there's just drama wrapped around the whole thing. And then we try to hero it by having like constraints and rules and limitations and not feeling our own feelings.
Right.
And that's something I want at least my daughter to feel like she's very much allowed to feel her own feelings, including, you know, her sexual feelings, and including like looking in the mirror and being like, I'm so beautiful. And I love how little girls do that.
I know. It's really beautiful. Like, yeah.
It's the context. It's less the content. It's the context it's coming from. And I think you can make any set of rules from a place of trust that it's going to feel really different to the receiver.
I agree. And it's good. It's a healthy level of confidence. I am not confident in certain realms of my life. Probably more about like around my career, or, you know, I still have insecurities around my age and not being married, but I do think my parents did a good job in at least like beauty confidence, like not just like, oh, Brittany, you have the perfect blonde highlights or whatever, like superficial. Was more about like, just like loving yourself and your body and your different features and stuff. And I think that's important. Because I think a lot of women just beat themselves up every morning when they get out of the shower and they look in the mirror, you know, and it's a struggle, but.
Yeah. Thank you for sharing that. I think some people may be surprised to hear about insecurities. Mm-hmm. And I think it's really useful to share it, because I do think it's natural and we all have them. And then we're also in a society where there's a lot of money to be made by beefing up people's insecurities.
Mm-hmm. Right. Yeah.
So I want to talk about that. And I also want to put on my makeup.
Okay.
As we speak about insecurity. So I brought some favorite products here.
Okay,
and we're
what do you use?
Do this for a couple minutes and get this done. And then we're going to get into the deep and juicy. Okay. So I have here, this is something I bought on Amazon over, you know, this is one of my Amazon COVID purchases. Cool. It's a mirror that has like all the 3 panels and it does light up, but I don't have it.
Nice.
I've literally never used this. I keep moving it around with me house to house because we've been moving a lot lately and I don't ever use it. I kind of notice I like seeing myself a little bit blurry.
Yeah, I was going to say those mirrors freak me out. They're good when you want to like pick at your face or, you know, pluck or do whatever. But every day it's so hard because it's like every photo we see, like skin doesn't have texture, you know, on social media or whatever. And then it's like when you go up close, like you're like, oh my God.
I know. Yeah.
So I get it.
Yeah. So I want to not use that mirror, but I brought it to show you. Then I have, so that's good to know that's.
It's good for like precise application.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. So I want to give a plug to this company because this is one of my former clients and I adore these people and I adore this product. So this is Clean Dirt by May Lindstrom Skin. Have you come across her products?
I have not. What does it do?
She's a very luxury brand with a super cult following. Her products are all organic and made of like just very simple natural ingredients. They're all kind of almost like recipe concoctions with a lot of food in them. And she began making them on her own because she suffered from really intense eczema and rosacea. And she was like kind of couldn't leave the house level of almost like her skin was so intensely bad and it was painful. And so she tried everything, nothing worked. And then she finally started like researching botanicals and herbs and created her own products, like was able to source these really difficult things, created them for herself. They totally cleared up. You wouldn't believe how beautiful this woman is. Wow. And her skin is gorgeous. And so she healed herself and she learned how to do it. And then the day after I think it was her first baby was born, she got her first order from, I'm gonna say it was Saks Fifth Avenue, but it wasn't. It was that much more boutique-y one that is in New York. I don't know, Henry Bendel. It was. I think it was Bergdorf.
Wow.
So she's like brand new baby, another home birther like me, and making in her blender, making these and bottling them with her mom to send off to Bergdorf.
Oh my God, that's the dream. That's amazing. That's so cool.
So this one it looks like dirt. It's
what does it do? Or is it like a toner?
It exfoliates. It makes your skin brighter.
Oh, cool.
And then you mix it with some water.
Yeah.
Or you can add some oil, or she has a product called Honey Mud and it's got lots of honey in it. And so you can blend her products together and she teaches you how. And yeah, so I got
check it out.
Recently. It's fun. I did that. I did some oil cleanse. I did, if I wasn't doing that, I may have used this little baby, which looks like a sex toy, but it's not.
Yeah, for your face.
And then I also, inspired by you, finally used a sheet mask that a friend gave me last weekend.
Oh yeah.
And I used eye gel patches at the same time, just like in your video.
Yes. Yeah, that's it.
These are amazing.
You have to do certain things to different parts of your skin because they're different textures and elasticity. And yeah, I love those. I wish I had some right now.
So I'll just get started on my makeup, then you give me some tips, but I would love to hear from you. This is just like the fun gal pal part, I swear.
Okay.
I would love to hear, what did you do to get ready for today? And I think especially we have a lot of male listeners, their minds might be blown by what's involved. So,
oh gosh, should I go through all the details?
I would love it.
Yeah. So today, getting ready, before the shower, I have this like oil cleansing balm by Elemis that I love. And it smells just kind of like a spa. It has like eucalyptus and everything in it. And it really, because it's oil-based, it attaches to like oils and impurities on your skin and kind of like attaches to them and lifts it out. Cause sometimes cleansers are just very surface level and just kind of get off the surface. So I use this like oil cleansing balm that doesn't make you break out. And I put that and wash my face. And then I have this thing called a gua sha, which is this stone that I believe is like an ancient Chinese ritual for thousands of years that women have done there. And basically it's a stone that you rub on your skin and basically depuff your skin with it for all your lymph nodes and just to get the extra water retention out.
Does it hurt?
No, you just kind of glide the stone. I should have brought all my stuff down.
Is it like this thingy? Like it's a smooth?
It's similar. Yes.
Okay.
That's similar. But this is like, it almost looks like an arrowhead and you're gliding it on your skin and like pulling it and it really depuffs and kind of contours and shapes your face. And I just started doing this like 2 months ago and I swear by it. And it's a nice ritual to do with yourself too. You're just like waking up in the morning and just kind of thinking about things and takes a few minutes.
Do you enjoy that? You enjoy that process? It's like meditative for you almost?
Yeah. Yeah. And it's like you're setting the day and it's almost like a confidence booster. I've never thought about it, but it's like, you're like, I am going to look hot today and I'm depuffing my face and this is what I'm going to do. And it's kind of just like it's my first self-talk of the day, I guess, really.
Okay, yeah. Self-talk, my first self-talk. So it's like a little self-love affirmation.
Yeah, exactly. And then I shower, shampoo, conditioner, all the things. Then I get out and I put a protective hair serum in my hair before the heat. And by the way, all of this stuff, like shampoo, conditioner is at least $30 each. The protective serum, $30, $40 each.
And will you be able to point us to some links of your faves that you're mentioning?
Yeah.
Great.
Oh yeah, for sure. I am at Sephora twice a week. I'm like the highest status there. I've tried hundreds of brands. Why I like shopping there is because you can try something. Even if you've used half the bottle, you can return it. So it's like a no-brainer. You could try anything you want. And if it doesn't work for you, just return it. I just bought this new SPF. I was on vacation last week in Puerto Rico, and it's called Supergoop, and people have been raving about it. But I think a lot of people use it for like more daily moisturizer. They're not in like the heat by, like further down in the hemisphere. And my entire friend group got burned. We were lobsters. We couldn't even like sit in the sun. I've never been more burned.
Oh, wow.
But we used almost the entire container, and I returned it yesterday, and Sephora was great for that, but it sucked that I had to burn my skin. So then comes a part where you just put a bunch of vitamins on your skin for anti-aging and moisture. So I have this vitamin C serum that I use by Maylove. And it's supposed to brighten your skin and just kind of quench your skin. So I put that on and tap that into my skin. And then I have hyaluronic acid by Barbara Sturm. A bottle this big is $110. Stupid.
So if you're only listening, and I really encourage you, if you're only listening, it would really be, you'd be well advised to go and watch this video. But just in case, she just held up her fingers. What is that, like an inch tall? Inch and a half?
Truly, an inch and a half.
An inch and a half, $110. Yeah.
I'm furious that it works, because I hate this, and it should be illegal to sell something like that. But that helps for moisture. And it basically, I don't even really understand the technology, but it basically is like 1,000 times its water weight. And so it just really like plumps your skin.
Like sucks water in from everywhere around the air, right?
Right. And so like the fine lines around your eyes and stuff, when you kind of are dehydrated, it just helps like quench that and look less dehydrated, and the lines to show up less.
Boy, I hope I have some of that here. Let me see. You know what? This is like the weirdest Allowed episode ever, and I'm loving it so very much. Because I think I may convey sometimes, I don't know, I don't talk about how much I love makeup and skin products and all of this, and I love it to death. I mean, I have such a huge collection. So this is just so fun for me. Thank you.
Yeah.
This is Too Faced Plump and Prime.
Oh yeah, that's good.
Do you use this?
No, I have not tried that, but I've heard of it, and Too Faced is a good brand. And I'm sure that has some kind of plumping hyaluronic acid in it.
It does. And I think I heard that some of their, some of the plumping, like lip glosses, for instance, like this is a cheap one. This is Pillow Plump, Sexy Mother Pucker by Soap and Glory, which is a good.
Oh yeah, that's good. That's
so
good. I love that stuff.
I love the feeling of the like tingling and the kind of like burning.
Yeah.
And then it really does make your lips bigger. But there's one of maybe it's Too Faced who makes it, Buxom. They have a version. Buxom has a version that has Viagra in it.
You're kidding.
Nope.
You're kidding.
It's the one that does the short-term and the long-term plumping. And it has Viagra in it. Because whatever like the ingredient is in Viagra, it's probably not brand name Viagra. It's hilarious. Like, oh, that makes total sense.
Right.
Thank you.
Yeah. People will buy anything. I mean, that's smart marketing. Everyone wants to just see what happens to Viagra in their lips. So I'll check it out. That's funny.
All right. So now at this point in your routine that you've just been describing, how much time has elapsed?
Probably 20 minutes. And that's like moving fast.
And that's before the shower all the way to now with the vitamins. Okay. So vitamins, hyaluronic acid. All right.
And then I kind of switch up my moisturizer depending on my skin mood. If it's really dehydrated that day, or today I use the moisturizer by Glam Glow that also has a lot of superfoods in it. Very moisturizing, but it has like pigment highlighters in it. So I don't know if you can see, but it's like
the moisturizer does.
So it just like has a little bit of a glow and makes your skin look dewy. I swear by it. And it's like $50, which is pretty cheap for a moisturizer, because other moisturizers are like 80, 100. And it kind of just sets your makeup for the day. I feel like I don't have to wear a lot of makeup after that. Even though I'm about to tell you like 10 other things I use for my makeup, but
wow, that sounds great.
Yeah, you'll love it. So now that my face is like prepped for the makeup and moisturized, I'll also put some SPF on as well. I'm not really good about that. I know I need to, but in the summer now, I will. But yeah, then I start doing my makeup. So I have this Charlotte Tilbury foundation that's very light. It's called Flawless Foundation. It also has a bit of a glow, and I kind of put that on my T-zone to cover all the red spots. I use a Dior concealer for my under eyes. Then I have a Bare Minerals face powder that kind of blends everything together and soaks up the oils and just kind of smooths your skin. And then I have this contour stick.
What's going on in there right now? What's going on in your brain?
It's funny because today was like a light makeup day, but not really, because now that I'm saying it all out loud, it's a lot.
Mm-hmm.
And I have this contour stick that is basically a darker color than your natural skin, and you can kind of contour your face bones.
That's where we're going next.
Yes, girl. That's the same one. Fenty. Yeah. Yeah. I love that.
Yes. I'm going to add some to my cheekbones under here, under my cheekbones a little. And this is a new product for me, and I love it because it's not adding more powder to my face, which I'm not a fan of. Powder.
Yeah. Yeah.
And then I'm going to put some under here. This is the magic.
Yeah. Yeah.
You blend it, and that just gives you more shadow, especially on camera. This is like critical. Because I also, if you have big, thick hair like I do, that covers your neck is constantly white.
Right.
This is much more tan than your neck, which is unusual, but it glows on camera. Glows. So this is shadow. Now, would you put it? Do you put it anywhere like on the jawbone, or where do you?
I don't. I put it exactly where you put, so almost my chin, and then like halfway into my jawbone for contouring, just because I really don't want that divided line. Like, I think if you did it here, it would just kind of start melting maybe, and it would just be really noticeable. And so I really try to blend this area to kind of.
I'm guessing you're into the sponges, the beauty blender sponges. Is that how I'm supposed to do it?
Sometimes I do. I mean, sometimes I get lazy and I literally just do my fingers, and like it does the job. Yeah. You know, if I had like an event and I was really like going all out, I might use a beauty sponge. I also contour my nose. So you can I use that, and I put it like on the bridge of my nose on the side. Yeah.
This is so fun.
Yeah, like that. And then I use my fingers and I rub it.
It's on my nose.
Yeah.
Oh God, my skin is a disaster after that second COVID vaccine. My whole face was like covered in pimples.
Oh, really?
So
interesting.
Yeah.
Interesting.
So I did it. Okay.
Makes your nose look smaller.
Yeah. So then that's done. Okay. So now you contoured.
Then I have some bronzer, and I basically go over the contour and kind of highlight my face.
Okay. Here we go. Bronzer. Got to go back and get my my under eye. I forgot to do that.
Oh yeah.
Is this where you put it?
Yeah.
Do you put it anywhere else besides?
I put it on my forehead, so like where the sun might hit your forehead. So kind of like this top area here. That's kind of it. And sometimes I'll just kind of try to rub in a little bit just to make sure everything's blended well. And then blush.
I'm using the one by Tarte, which is this is probably not the best for my face skin, but this actually is cool because it's a face and body bronzer. So you can contour
on your chest and stuff.
Arms. Yeah, your chest. You can add a little dimension.
Oh, I should check that out. And then blush.
And then blush. Blush is critical.
A peachy pink blush. So yeah, not on like the lower parts of your cheek here, but here, like what would you call this? Like the upper part of your
upper part of the cheekbone?
Right there. Yeah.
Let's get this under eye dealt with. Now, do you use the part of this is just like, I'm so embarrassed right now. Like, I'm so embarrassed.
Why?
Because I know that part of the reason I'm doing the makeup is because this is like the most perfect thing ever to do with you. And it was truly what I really wanted to do last time we talked when we were prepping for this show. And I'm like, I really want to talk to you just about makeup forever.
Oh, yeah, you can message me anytime. This is one of my passions in life.
Amazing. And then there's such an artistry to this. I mean, I love like, where does the sun fall? Where would be the natural place that happens? What's the shadows? I mean, it's sculpture.
It is. It's painting. It truly, yeah. And it's being an artist and knowing your face and the curves, and it's crazy.
And then when you add like artificial lights, cameras, which have totally different kinds of eyeballs than we do, and it makes it look so different.
Yeah.
So but the reason I'm embarrassed is because I also know that the reason I'm doing my makeup with you is because I wasn't made up yet. And then I'm seeing myself in the magnifying mirror and I'm like, oh my goodness. All right. So now, do you use a primer with your under eye concealer?
No, you have a primer for your under eye concealer?
I do. I don't know if it helps or if it's necessary. It's by Smashbox Photo Finish Hydrating Under Primer. Under eye primer. Yeah.
I guess I would fill in like any kind of like fine lines. I've never tried it, but I could imagine it working.
It claims it works.
Yeah. The thing that sucks about New York is it's so humid that it's like, this stuff is half of it's going to just melt off in 2 hours, when you're outside.
Well, that's where the setting spray and the makeup primer come in, right? So I did like, because this is an on-stage day. Ironically, I'm like not wearing any makeup to begin with, but I did put on this all-nighter long wear foundation grip to make everything stick.
Nice.
So I better make some more videos after this is done to make it worth it.
Yeah. Do some social content.
You can really.
It's hard recording. I've done this before, like for like TikTok or social media, when you're not in front of a mirror and you're in front of a screen, it's different. It's not the same.
And I make my own face like really, really small. So I'm mostly looking at you. Okay. I'm going to finish this.
Yeah. And then, so I put on a really light colored eyeshadow where it's like just a light taupe or brown. I have green eyes, so it just kind of makes it pop. And I just want it to look really natural. And then mascara. And then I have this Anastasia brow liner that I kind of fill in my eyebrows. And then my new favorite is this eyebrow gel that's like $8 from NYX, NYX. And it's almost like a glue, and you just put it in your eyebrows and kind of brush them up for that kind of like feathered supermodel look. And then I put I have these like glow highlighter drops, and I put it on the tip of my nose and then right here.
Whoa. On the tip of your nose. That's where that little like glow. Oh, it's beautiful.
Yeah.
So I'm going to do the light color eyeshadow that you just talked about.
Okay.
And I remember in another video, you're big on the dab of highlighter on the inner corner of the eye.
Yeah. Oh yeah.
Okay.
That always makes it bright. And on the little bow of your lip too.
Oh, okay. Can I use a like eyeshadow, like a powder eyeshadow for that? Or I need a liquid?
You can use anything with a highlighting pigment, I think. Doesn't matter.
All right. I'm gonna put some here on the brow bone. I'm going to do the nose trick.
Just slight, very slight.
And I'm going to do
right there.
This and slowly coming back to life. And what else do I need? What else do I need?
Little lip gloss.
This is lip maximizer, hyaluronic acid,
nice,
plumper by, I think this is Christian Dior.
I always go pretty natural, to be honest.
Yeah, I usually don't wear lipstick.
Sometimes I do, but not with masks and stuff. That's a true terror. So
let's put a little eyeliner here. Just maybe I need a little shadow.
I can't really wear eyeliner with my eye shape. It just makes them look smaller. So that's one makeup item I don't really use.
I think I really date myself with how much eyeliner I use, but
It does make your eyelashes like look thicker.
So one trick that you taught, which I really like, is you can use your bronzer as your eyeshadow.
Yeah. Yeah.
Because that's
totally.
the fewer thing. This is hilarious. Because obviously both of us are really into minimalism.
This is all minimal, but this truly is minimal compared to a lot of people.
So, and this is, I mean, you know, for my normal daily routine, you know, back in the day, yeah, it was like the most pleasurable hour and a half. I looked forward to it the night before. I was like, I cannot wait to wake up tomorrow and put my makeup on. I love it. This is like in college. I was so into it. And, yeah. And then with kids, my mom, when I had my baby and we were living in London, like I know you lived in London, just like me. And, I had a newborn and my mom had come out to visit us and be there for the birth. She helped through the birth. We had him at home too. Oh, nice. And, which is a much more normal thing in the UK, which was cool.
Right. Did you get any medication or you did it natural?
No, natural. Self-hypnosis.
And it worked?
It worked. What? Yeah. Soren was a pain-free birth.
Pain-free.
Pain-free. Pain-free. Arrow. So he's my first. When you do it again, after you've already had a child, your body doesn't want to go into as deep of hypnosis anymore because it knows on some level that there's another child out there that you need to be present to. Even though Soren went to my parents' house. Interesting. So I would say it was comfortable, but it wasn't pain-free. I felt more of the sensations. I would say, like, you know, the Ring of Fire phase, which lasts not very long at all. That's certainly the most intense part, but under hypnosis, and it's very similar to what we teach in conscious leadership is if you just are aware of this, that a sensation is a sensation, it's not a problem. And you're like, okay, that's squeezing. That's like pressure, like a hug. That's like burning like a fire. And you're not going to, that's pain. Then your body doesn't try to get away from it. And it doesn't get tense and scared.
Yeah. Fight or flight mode, right?
Tension and scared creates tension. And actually what you're trying to do is allow the baby out. So you want to be open. And so you want to be as relaxed as possible. And instead of thinking it is like, oh, this contraction is like squeezing, like it's a cramp. You actually realize the uterus is actually opening on the bottom and it's pushing down from the top. So it's actually trying to push. That's what the quote contraction is. So in Hypno Babies, which is the version I did, it's like more advanced really than hypnobirthing, which is more well known. They teach you all of these pieces of it so that you can, just allow the baby out.
Wow, it's fascinating to think about, because if you're like contracting and you're like almost holding it in, it's more like, oh, I'm released. Okay, that's a release. That's a release. Like it's all about how you frame everything in your mind.
So there's like a vocabulary list that if you do go to the hospital, you put on the hospital door and it says, in this room, we don't use contraction, we use pressure wave.
Oh,
we don't talk about labor. We talk about your magical birthing time.
Oh my God. I love that. Okay. We're going to talk in 5 years.
Yes, totally.
This is very important. Okay.
Yes. I think that'd be a great one for your 30 waves too.
Oh my God. People would love this. That's fascinating. I never knew that.
My makeup is as complete, I think, as I'm going to make it.
You look gorgeous.
So what loose ends do we need to tie up from your routine? Did you finish?
Did my eyeshadow. So then I just do a really light coat of mascara. I use the Anastasia Brow eye pencil to kind of fill in any gaps because I, was alive in the 2000s where we just waxed and plucked the crap out of our eyebrows. And then I just use kind of this gel to like lift them up and give that feathery look. And I have a new setting spray that kind of holds everything in, especially for humidity in the summer. And it feels just like a nice little mist, and it's like the completion of your routine. And
okay,
that's it.
Then I will mist. This is one of my favorite products.
Oh, you love that.
Bottles of this everywhere in my house, in my car.
Yeah. So nice.
Cost $8.
Yeah. Trader Joe's, right?
Trader Joe's has it. They have their own version. I like this one better. It doesn't have any alcohol in it.
Oh, good to know.
Like some glycerin, so it gives you a little shine and glow. You can put it in your hair. It moisturizes.
Oh, nice.
It's
Where do you get it?
water.
At Whole Foods or?
You can get it at Whole Foods. Mm-hmm.
Cool. Okay.
Okay. There. And then because my hair color is going, I missed my head. You can't tell. All right.
Yay, there we go.
So that's how you complete yours. I just completed mine. And now, an hour later, we are ready. So you did your hour before I did my hour with you. And that was so much fun. And I want to give that a shout out to my client, Todd Mackey, or my former client, Todd Mackey, I'm still in close contact with, who's the one who had the thought to connect us.
Love that.
At first I thought this is really random.
About a year ago too. He was like, I just have a gut feeling you guys need to chat.
Yeah. And I trust his gut. He's made some amazing introductions for me.
Yeah.
So, okay. And yeah, actually you're the second podcast guest who has come through Todd.
Oh, amazing.
The first was Beth Killow, who is an amazing coach, therapist, culture worker, but she, what she's famous for is she actually brings horses into the leadership coaching work. And so she's an equine leadership coach. So you learn how to walk with the horse, and the horse literally teaches you about your own leadership.
That is fascinating.
It's very cool.